Not sure why the option bar did not show up after I selected a layer in the canvas. The option bar doesn't automatically switch to it, by the way. Check this out. I'm in the recording here, and I now select this circle on the screen. You notice Descript doesn't switch to the layers panel automatically. If I'm in the scene tab, again, if I click on the script layer on the circle and I move stuff around, it does not switch context, which is, I think, one of the updates that are going to be made, because it is only natural. If I click on something, why do I click on it? I want to resize it maybe, or I want to change some of these quick properties here, which, by the way, they are crazy similar to the ones on Veed. If you have used Veed.io, this is a different site. They're trying to do similar stuff like Descript does. And these menus at the top, they are exactly like those. I'm guessing maybe it's part of a library of some kind, Electron or whatever. But watch this. If I am in, doesn't matter where, in the files or the record tab, and I click on an object, I can move it around. It doesn't switch context. But then the three dots that say show more properties, if you click on those, it now switches you to the properties tab, to the layer properties of that layer. And these quick properties here are quite handy, and they seem to be the most useful, like the opacity, the effects. If I click on the video layer, I've got the cropping and the zooming in and the position and all those things. So some of these things are useful here. However, some of them, when you click on them, they open the menu inside of the sidebar somewhere. For example, if I want to click on this layer and I click animation, watch what happens. It just opens that little menu there. You can't even see it down here in this tab. If I am on a different tab altogether and I click animation, it switches to that tab and opens up that little drop down. Now, this can be a bit subtle and it can be a little confusing to the users because, well, I clicked animation and I don't really notice what happens here. So this thing shows up in here in the bottom. So some of these, like if I click effects, look, it opens the effects just floating there. I don't know where it came from if I didn't know that it's actually the effects, clicking this plus icon next to the effects right there. There it is. Yeah. But if you click effects here at the top, there's this menu showing up. Okay. So there's a bit of a disconnect between what you're doing and what's popping up everywhere. This effects actually should open a drop down here to allow me to select the effect perhaps. Or the animation button should open a custom and allow me to create an animation right there without taking me to that sidebar. That's just personal opinion. I'm sure this UI will be refined in the future updates.